High School Sports Live at Fox 43.2 present our game of the week on Salute to Service Night at Cumberland Valley as the Harrisburg Cougars take on the Cumberland Valley Eagles. Tonight's game is presented by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships, and F&M Trust. Good evening. Welcome up top Chapman Field here at Cumberland Valley. With Fort Chapman, I'm Travis Sparks. Great to have you with us tonight. Talking the Harrisburg Cougars coming into tonight's game at 3-1. Quarterback Sean Lee is going to have a ton of talent to either throw to or hand off to. One of those young receivers we're going to talk about, Elias Koch. He's a good one. He's only a sophomore.
Great height, goes for after the football, high points it, runs after the catch, has a lot of promise to him, and he's not the only target, but he's a big one for Sean Lee and the Cougars.
For Cumberland Valley, let's talk some senior leadership on defense. Young man who plays both tight end and linebacker, and he's been all over the field the last couple of years for Cumberland Valley, especially the last time we had them on High School Sports Live, and that's number 9, Alex Save.
Alex Save is a tough, hard-nosed linebacker. He follows right in line with many of his family members. His dad, his uncles, his great-uncles, his grandfather, they're all tough, hard-nosed football players, and Alex Save is no different.
Beautiful 65-degree night here at Chapman Field. Kickoff coming up next for Cumberland Valley and Harrisburg here on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2 and HSSLiveTV.com.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo number 1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Thank you for joining us tonight on Fox 43.2. A beautiful night as we are looking forward to getting this game in before all the tropical rains come in this weekend here. Great to be with you tonight here as we're ready to kick off here. Andrew Rice ready to kick off for Cumberland Valley. And off we go from Cumberland Valley, and the kick's going in the end zone. Automatically comes out to the 20-yard line. And the white, silver, and black-clad Harrisburg Cougars come out to the field first on offense.
Although, Travis, it's a beautiful evening for football, there is a decent amount of wind, and we'll be interested to see how that's going to affect at first the Harrisburg quarterback who's up first here, Sean Lee, the junior signal caller. He started since his freshman year, led them last year to the state championship game in 6A.
Nehemiah Ewell line up as his tailback in a 4-receiver set. And the give is to Ewell up the middle to the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Pickup of about 7. A nice tackle there by Gavin Kendrick.
The biggest thing to look at here in this first possession is how is the Cumberland Valley secondary, the defensive backs, how are they going to line up and be able to cover these athletic wideouts from Harrisburg? Are they going to play man? Are they going to play zone? Are they going to mix it up? They're in zone right now.
And the give up front. Not much there. Going to lose a yard, in fact. Now they're going to be generous and give him back to the line of scrimmage.
After a 7-yard gain on first down, that rushing attempt netted nothing. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
And no huddle. 3rd and 3. And it's the tap pass, which is actually a forward pass, and it's not going to be enough for a first down. Maybe a yard on the play as Quincy Brannon took the pass.
Don't be surprised. Well, it looks like it's going to be, they're going to need 2 yards. I would expect them to punt. I was going to say if it was 4th and 1. They're going to actually try to go for it here. We saw it week number 1 against York High on a Saturday night. They gambled a few times, the Cougars did.
And Lee stutter steps, and is he going to get the first down? Yes, he falls forward to the 31.
Nearly stopped, very athletic play by Sean Lee Jr. His father, great defensive back here for the Cougars in the early 90s. 94 Harrisburg graduate, played at Penn State.
Right back on the ball, and the pass is incomplete. They call it, that was forward, and it's incomplete. The pass intended for Kymere Williams.
Harrisburg had a really nice start to the season, beating York High in week 1. They had a blemish. They played Manheim Township, a team they played twice last year, including beating them deep in the district playoffs. They lost handily to Manheim, and Manheim looks like to be the talk of District 3 right now.
Give up the middle to Ewell. That's Nehemiah Ewell. There are 2 Ewells on the roster here. 2 yards on the carry, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
Travis, if you're Cumberland Valley's defense, you've got to be happy right now. Putting them in a 3rd and 8 situation. Aside from the first run of the game, doing really well against the rush.
They send Ewell in motion. Lee looking to throw and has a receiver and a first down up to the 46-yard line. That's Jaylon Lewis.
Really nice job of the Harrisburg receivers getting to the yard markers and curling up. And all those hook routes, Lee was able to find one for the first down.
So already the 8th play of the drive here, and Lee is looking to throw again. Route to good to Elias Koch. He got 7 up into Cumberland Valley territory to the 47.
Just worked the outside receiver down the field. He hooked up just like the last play that got the first down. And it's a good 7-yard gain on the pass and catch for Harrisburg to cross midfield here.
Lee, give to Ewell, and there's Alex Salve. I was waiting for him to make a play and have a chance to make a play. They've been running away from him the whole time, and Salve with the tackle only a yard gain.
Big play by Salve. Unfortunately, it brings up a 3rd and short for Harris. Unfortunately for Cumberland Valley, it's a 3rd and short. They're in 4-down territory most likely here.
Twins both sides. Brannon in motion. Lee 3-step drop. Looking long. Has a man and incomplete. Looking downfield for Kymere Williams. And it is 4th and 2.
Calvin Everett's Harrisburg squad is going to look for some of those home run balls. They got one right there from the inside receiver, and it was open, just ball was slightly overthrown, and don't be surprised if the wind had something to do with that. Kymere Williams has some jets.
Zymir Hill, 14 in the game now. To the right of Lee on 4th and 2. He gets the give. Goes left side, but Salve stopped them a yard short.
The Cumberland Valley run defense comes up big in the initial possession, and it's going to be CV ball already at the 45-yard line. Good field position for the Eagles in their initial test.
So 11 plays on that opening drive for Harrisburg and nothing doing on the scoreboard. Took 3.5 minutes off the clock. So
Cumberland Valley's going to go with their senior signal caller, Travis, and let's see how he can do here. They've had some inconsistency at quarterback this season after J.D. Hunter graduated.
Dagan Raridan with Steritz in motion, and that's actually going to be a run play out to Steritz. Gets out to the boundary to about the 48-yard line.
Signs graduated, was a quarterback, and then J.D. Hunter, their running back, multi-versatile player, he graduated as well. So we have some new players here, but one that's consistent is Steritz, the running back. He had some big games last year, and this is going to be their main runner for Cumberland Valley.
So 2nd and 7 under a pink and purple sky here on the 5th Friday night of high school football. Raridan, no, he's going to throw it out and pass is incomplete, looking to get it outside here to Brody Pines, and it's 3rd down.
The ball was right in the money to Pines. He's got to catch that ball and get upfield. Those are plays that you can't afford to have miscues on if you're Cumberland Valley. Great play call. You got 2nd and 7. You fake the run. You get the ball out to one of your playmakers in the open space, but he's got to catch the football. Now they're in almost definite pass situation on the 3rd and 7.
From the 48, Raridan out of the pistol. Gives to Steritz, and he's got the first down. He had a nice gaping hole off the right side, and he gets up to about the 43.
Conservative play call and moves the chains. Steritz gets a good chunky yardage there to put Cumberland Valley in Harrisburg territory. The Cougars a little bit more porous on defense, still an aggressive defense. They play a lot of 3 deep in the secondary. Zone coverage, that is.
Raridan turns and gives to Steritz up the middle to about the 40-yard line, a gain of 3. Coach, we were talking about you and I talking about the wind before the game. We can't feel it here in the press box, but you step outside, and it's a significant 10 to 15 mile an hour wind blowing tonight.
Yes, it is.
Could affect the passing game a little later on, and the kicking game. Of course, the story here in the kicking game, Harrisburg hadn't had a kicking game. We'll see how theirs does tonight. We'll see how Cumberland Valley's does tonight on 2nd down and 7. This is the give. Starts with a man in front of him, and he gets enough for a first down.
Nice scheme there for Cumberland Valley. The slot back came in and did some up-front blocking along with the 5 linemen and the tight end, and it gave a big gap for Steritz to run in to move the chains once again.
2nd first down on the drive for Cumberland Valley. It started back at their own 45. They've taken over 2 minutes off the clock here.
Ball control is what you need for the Eagles. This ball control moves clock, and it keeps the ball out of Sean Lee and Harrisburg's hands.
Nothing doing that time, as a great effort there by Ryan Epps, the senior defensive end, to tackle Steritz behind the line of scrimmage.
Epps wreaked havoc back there, getting penetration. A lot of times as a D lineman, you don't want to over-penetrate the run, but he was able to push the blocker right back into the running back and trip him up for a loss of yardage.
Nolan Bazalka is the near side tight end, 3 receivers far side. Raridan looks left, has a man open, it's caught. Out to about the 25-yard line is Caden Pines.
Very similar pass play that Harrisburg ran in their first possession. Receivers just going downfield and hooking up at about 7-8 yards. Ball was thrown on the money. Good pass and completion, and a completion there for the Eagles. It's going to be, they're in 4-down territory right now, so they have 2 chances to pick up this 3 yards here.
Adam Somerville, the near side flanker.
Expect to see Steritz over Looks like the same play I'm expecting the other way. The slot back there over the tackle is going to go in and block to the left, and they're going to give it to Sterritz. There it is.
Sterritz drives, keeps chugging, and he's probably going to bring up a 4th and 1.
Injury for the Cougars. Can't see who it is right now, but he's down and not moving.
So we're going to have a timeout on the field. Let's take a timeout as well with 4:36 left to go. First quarter, no score. Harrisburg and Cumberland Valley on Fox 43.2.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here.
I don't know if the cameras can pick it up, but the sky out here, it's pink and purple.
I'm there.
Put that on a shot coming back out. Still dealing with the injury down on the field at the 4:36 mark as the young man now gets up. That is Damone Maxwell Jr. as we get ready for this 4th and 3 play.
Looks like a leg, possibly ankle or calf, as they were working on him there, and he's not putting any weight on it. He is obviously the son of Damone Maxwell Sr., who was a starter on the Harrisburg Kirk Smallwood's late 90s state championship basketball team with Mark Lester. What a team they had in 1997-98 school year.
4th and 2 for the Eagles. Reardon trying to draw them off sides. No, they get the snap. It's Sterritz off right tackle, and he's going to barrel ahead for a first down. Near side referee gives them the first down to the 21.
Really nice job by Cumberland Valley using a spread set and still picking up that first down. It's similar. They have a tight end to the left, and that tight slot affords them almost like a double tight situation. They have 7 blockers at the point of attack, and it really balances up a defense and provides some running lanes for Sterritz, and he finds them.
From the 22, first down, 10th play of the drive here for Cumberland Valley. Reardon looking left all the way now, looks right. Nothing doing, looking right again, looking to the end zone and incomplete. Tried for the one-handed catch. It was Nolan Bazalka, and it's second down.
A lot of time there. It was a 4-man rush for Harrisburg. They're sitting in a 4-4 defense with 3 deep secondary. You'll see the replay here. Plenty of time for the CVQB. You'll hear quarterback coaches talk about throw the ball on rhythm, but he had so much time there. He made do, scrambled a little bit, and tried to find an open receiver. Almost hit him in the end zone.
On second down, off to the right side to Pines. Pines has room in front of him to the 10. That's Caden Pines. And it'll be, if not first and goal, then first and 10 from outside the 10, but looks like they're going to mark it at the 10, first and goal.
Adam Somerville, the wide receiver out there, made a great block on the corner to provide more running room on a quick, easy bubble pass. That pass you're throwing behind the line of scrimmage, your receivers can block downfield even when the ball's in the air. And that's exactly what the Cumberland Valley receiver Somerville did.
So 4 first downs on the drive for the Eagles on a goal to go.
Fumble.
Sterritz drops the ball.
And these are the miscues you
And it
cannot
goes back
have
to Harrisburg.
if you're Cumberland Valley.
On the recovery is J-Rel Britton for Harrisburg.
Junior linebacker on the spot there. Here you'll see it. It was an RPO, and it looked like potentially the Cumberland Valley quarterback was going to throw a bubble out there. The running back doesn't really know in a lot of these plays if he's getting the ball or if the quarterback's going to pull it and throw it. And it was tough to tell which he was going to do there, but nonetheless, that's the negative of running the run-pass options. No one's really sure who's going to get the ball except the quarterback, and sometimes that mesh can be compromised.
Sean Lee back on for Harrisburg. He's got time now. Looking to throw. Looking. Flag down on the play.
Holding on Harrisburg.
And Lee's going to go down at the 13. The flag thrown back at the 6.
When a quarterback scrambles, we've seen both quarterbacks scramble here. Now, you got to be careful that if you throw the ball down the field late, that a offensive lineman doesn't go down the field as well. That didn't happen there, but what did happen was the holding. Our head referee, Jim Bruno,
yeah, the options are to take the penalty if they choose to decline.
the penalty's just going to be half the distance, though, because they're so far back. So it's not going to be a large penalty. It's going to be about what looks to be 7-yard penalty.
They've opted
to decline
it, so no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And what that would have been in football, high school football for years and years, would have been a spot foul, which would have taken it half the distance from the 6. The spot would have been all the way back to the 3, which Cumberland would have taken. In this case, it goes from the line of scrimmage this year, and CV elected to bring up 2nd and 9.
Lee sends a man in motion, and Lee's going to take it himself up the middle to the 20. Just outside the 21. So 3rd and short.
If it wasn't hard enough to stop all this skill on the Harrisburg offense, when you have that quarterback able to run and make some zone reads like he did there, it's very, very tough for the Cumberland Valley defense to be able to cover in space and stop the running game. But so far, they've done a decent job. 3rd and 3.
Lee in the give on the outside to Zymir Hill, and he doesn't get anywhere.
Looks like Save again on the run through.
So the longest 4th down situation now for Harrisburg. It's 4th and 3.
You got to be careful changing off. Look for a cover by possible timeout here, because Harrisburg's lining up like they're possibly going to go for it, but they may punt out a shotgun.
Play clock down to 15.
He's going to punt it. Nobody back for the Eagles.
And the ball bounces out of bounds at the 44-yard line of the Eagles. A 36-yard punt, no return. And Cumberland Valley will take over from their own 44. Don't forget highlights of this game and all the other games tonight on Big Fox 43. Coming up at 11 with the high school football frenzy. Todd Sadowski, Alex Colley, and the entire team. Join them at 11 on Fox 43. From the 44, second possession for Cumberland Valley. The first one ended in a fumble in the red zone. Off a 5-man front for Harrisburg. They throw to the outside. That's the other Pines. That's Brody Pines up to the 48-yard line. A gain of 8.
Because Harrisburg's sitting in a zone defense and that ball's thrown out quickly, they're flying to the football, but the corner came way outside and came up and took himself out of the play a little bit, and pursuit got it, but it was already 8 yards that Cumberland Valley got there. Really nice job by Cumberland Valley mixing up the run and the pass here so far. Another 4-man front for the defense of the Cougars.
Reardon, Steritz.
Great gang tackle there.
Yeah, they tried to strip it away from him. Steritz, a good job of hanging on to it. He'll get 1. I'll actually lose 1, excuse me, back to the 49.
You hate to be 2nd and 2 if you're Cumberland Valley and you run the ball with your go-to running back and you lose a yard there. Great job by the Harrisburg defense right there, coming up big to force the 3rd and 3 around midfield. Harrisburg favored in this game, around a 2-touchdown to 2.5 touchdown favorite.
But held scoreless so far.
Bubble.
Reardon back to Brody Pines again. He's got the first down out to the 42.
Very nice play design, throwing it to the third receiver to the trip side there. Outside two receivers blocking well downfield. Man-on-man blocking. It's basically the old school toss sweep, but you're doing it from a spread set. You're getting a skill guy the ball out in space, something that Harrisburg has done so well in the last few years, Travis.
And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. A good one so far, not shown on the scoreboard, but both teams have been going back and forth in their 2 possessions each. No score here, Cumberland Valley and Harrisburg on to Salute the Service Night. Second quarter next on Fox 43.2 and HSSLiveTV.com.
That's everything. Receipts in the bag.
Awesome. Say, how do you, budget?
Well, I have a spreadsheet that I update annually.
Okay.
And I round up on income and round down on expenses.
Well, that sounds backwards, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that's right. Income up, debt down. Looks good on paper.
Huh.
Keep your budget in shape with our personal finance tool. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Great to have you with us tonight on Fox 43.2 with Fort Chapman, Travis Sparks, and the entire Invicta team. As Reardon gives up the middle, Starretts up to about the 39-yard line, a gain of 3 for a Cumberland Valley team coached by Josh Oswald, and he's had a great experience at his prior 2 stops, and he's trying to bring his offense and plant the seeds here at Cumberland Valley.
Yes, he is, and it's a school that has run a power-type offense for years, for 18 years under Harry Chapman III. Tim Rimpel took over in 1989, and he brought in the wing T from Bishop McDevitt, and they ran the wing T for Rimpel's tenure, and then Mike Whitehead, after Rimpel, he continued with the wing T. So this is a different type offense the Eagles are running.
Dagan Reardon looking to throw.
4 verticals.
And running out of time. He had time the last time. He had about 10 seconds back in the pocket, but after about 4 seconds, he runs out of time, and it's back to a 10-yard to go situation here. He loses 3.
I mentioned before the break, before the quarter ended there, Cumberland Valley had the nice bubble to trips for the big gain, and that's something I mentioned Harrisburg has done so well lately. Cumberland Valley taking a play out of the Cougar playbook there and running the bubble themselves several times here for good gains. It was dropped the first time, but since then they've had some success. Now they're in a 3rd and long, potentially 4-down territory if they can pick something up here.
Reardon going to take it himself and get out to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
You can punt, Travis, from your 37 and get some field position there, but I don't think Josh Oswald's going to elect there. I think he's going to elect to go for the 4th and 5. You're not really giving Harrisburg too much of a short field, and you're giving yourself a chance to get this first down. It's going to be an interesting call.
So 4th and 5. Play clock at 15.
They're going for it.
Haven't heard Somerville's name much tonight. We'll see what they do. They send Starretts in a wide side motion. Reardon under pressure, incomplete. Good pressure on the outside by Tayon James, number 56, a senior defensive lineman. Forces the turnover on downs, and first down Harrisburg.
You don't have a ton of time there. I like the way they faked to the motion back and then had 3 receivers he was looking for, but there was really nobody open, and then, bam, that rush comes, and you got to get rid of it. Good defense there by the Harrisburg front group on those last 2 plays to get the turnover on downs.
So Lee comes back out with Nehemiah Ewell and also Ryan Epps with him in the backfield as well. First time we've seen Epps on offense tonight. So many times last year we saw someone similar to Epps, Mr. Hopkins, who wore number 7 last year, take it up the middle. But now Sean Lee takes it on the outside to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 9. Bring up 2nd and 1. And the fast break offense continues for Harrisburg. A 4-receiver set. Lee gives to Nehemiah Ewell. First down on the cut up to about the 48. 6 more yards. Remove the chains.
Nice mix of run and pass by the Harrisburg offense. We're seeing it from both teams so far, keeping the defenses off balance, and both teams are able to move the ball a decent amount thus far. And both defenses a little bit bending but not breaking right now, and that's why it's a 0-0 score.
Ewell again, left but cuts up the middle. There's about 7 more yards. Up to the 42. And right back on the ball. Elias Koch here on the near side. Lewis Dillard, 18, also in for Harrisburg. Lee goes left side, gets a block, but then doesn't get another block as he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Really nice job by the Cumberland Valley defense attacking the tight end side there. Just a straight shotgun snap. The quarterback kept it to the tight end side with a lead blocker, the running back. 3 receivers away from that and hoping to get Cumberland Valley loaded to the 3 receivers side and try to pick up a big run there, and the defense came up big for the Eagles. Once again, most likely 4-down territory, so Harrisburg's thinking we have 2 downs to get 4 yards.
Lee sends Brandon in motion, gives to Ewell instead.
Gone.
Ewell, and almost took it all the way. Shoestring tackle for Brady Hockenberry of Cumberland Valley, number 6. And it's enough for a first down.
And Hockenberry kept the Cougars from putting points on the board there. Really nice tackle in space. First down for Harrisburg. 4 wide set, 3 to this side, 1 to the short side.
And Elias Koch is going to get it. Can he beat the 1 man? Yes, he can. He gets outside to about the 20. But we have a hold.
Number 7, the receiver blocking. We talk about receivers blocking, but Quincy Brandon, he's got to keep his hands in. They caught him on that one.
Coaching staff for Cumberland Valley already saying move him back. So the hold took place beyond the line of scrimmage. So from the hold point, then mark him back.
And it's still going to be first down, just going to be 1st and long for the Cougars. These 2 teams, Travis, started playing way back in the start of the mid-pen. The first time they met was 1982, late in the year. Second to last regular season game here at Harrisburg, Cumberland Valley, and game was decided on the last play of the game. Cumberland Valley won 22-19, and they met 2 weeks later in the first ever district playoffs game in our area.
Ryan Epps gets the give this time, and he'll take it up to the 38. That's 3 yards.
Cumberland Valley ended up winning the second matchup 17-0 on the way to their district championship over Steel High the next week. And Harrisburg and Cumberland Valley has met several times, twice in one season, with these big playoff games. Another big one was in '92, the year Cumberland Valley and John Ritchie won the state title. They had cleaned Harrisburg's clock at Harrisburg early in the year. They only won 10-7 the district final that year. Great performance by both teams in that one in '92.
From the 38, Lee back to throw, looks, launches, and complete. And it's a first down as the throw goes to Lewis Dillard.
The very next year in '93, Cumberland Valley upset number 1 Harrisburg right here on this field, 21-0. They met again at Carlisle in the district semis. Double overtime victory by 1 point for Cumberland Valley. Tim Rimple had some great teams back in the early '90s.
Lee to Ewell up to about the 20. First time I ever saw Cumberland Valley would have been 2001 the state semifinal game, excuse me, the Eastern semifinal
Easton?
game. Bethlehem Catholic.
Bethlehem Catholic, okay.
Against starting quarterback for Rebecca High was Adam Bednarik, Chuck's nephew, and I want to say 41.
That game got out of hand. Yeah, a little out of hand.
Cumberland Valley.
Was that at Hershey Stadium?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, remember, okay. Yeah, Becca had a heck of a team through the late 90s, early 2000s.
From the 20. Brandon in motion, give to Ewell, left side. Ewell up to the 16.
Bob Stem was the longtime coach there. Did a fabulous job.
So 3rd down and 3 now from the 16. Got to get to the 13 for a first, as we're more than halfway through the second quarter here. Ewell again, not enough.
You're not going to see an attempted field goal here. Harrisburg rarely, if ever, kicked extra points last year. This year they are kicking extra points most of the time, but they've been struggling with it from time to time, and including in week 1 in their big win over York High. They got a lot of attempts at that, and so it's 4-down territory in most instances.
12th play of the drive. Going to take their time here. There's still 17 on the clock.
I'm expecting them to go through the air. 4 wide out set.
Koch one-on-one coverage down here against Ryan Hunter.
5 on the play clock. 4. They're going to run it.
Gives it to Ewell up the middle. Got the first down.
Very nicely done. Kept shifting that back first to the left, then they moved him over to the right and called Ewell's number. Big first down for the Cougars.
So 3 more first downs on this drive. They can get a first down without a touchdown, and Lee's going to keep it himself to the 7.
That's all zone read right there, meaning for those of you at home, the quarterback gets the snap, he puts the ball in the running back's belly. They're not blocking a defender. They're going to watch that defender. If that defender goes to the running back, the quarterback's going to pull it and keep it. And that's what Lee did right there.
Going to read and react. Kind of like what I'm have to do during this fast break offense here. 2nd and 6. Ewell again. Gets out to the outside, cuts up and gets in, touchdown.
Hard-nosed run by number 9 for the Cougars.
So Nehemiah Ewell puts the Cougars on the board. 20 minutes into this game. So here we go with the attempted kick. Gideon Fasana. Got to get one more guy on the field here for Harrisburg. Out of the hole to Quincy Brannon. Here's the kick. He nailed it. Kick is good. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Harrisburg has the lead. 7-0 over Cumberland Valley. Back after this on Fox 43.2.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Report Capital Blue Cross and AT&T halftime stats and the Capital Region Insurance Agency first half highlights here on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2. And for Chapman, an impressive 14-play, 63-yard drive that took 6 minutes off the clock.
And they did a little bit of everything, didn't they?
Yes. 2 passes, 12 runs, and they mixed up the run everywhere. Kickoff going to be returned from the 10. Nice alley to the outside, and it's going to be a return of about 30 yards. Are they going to mark him down at the 40? Yes, they are. His knee touched there first. A good return by Elijah Sherman, and a first down for Cumberland Valley at their 40-yard line.
Cumberland Valley sure has not hurt for good field position here in the first half so far, Travis.
Their drives have started at their own 45, their own 44, and their own 40.
There it is.
And they have 3:52 to work with, and I believe all 3 timeouts.
That turnover really, really hurt the Eagles on that drive in the first quarter.
Yeah, they had goal to go and fumbled it away at the 10. From the 40, Dagan Raridan gives to Starretts. Not going to do anything there. A flag on the play. The first,
I think it's face mask.
Man through was Jayon Lee, and then Starretts might have gotten a face mask right afterwards. And that will be the call. So we got a yard and then tack on 15 more. Second penalty of the night accepted against Harrisburg. So all the way down to the 44 of Harrisburg.
We're under 4 minutes here, clock running. 44 yards to go to get pay dirt for Cumberland Valley, and they still can stop the clock with, I think they have how many timeouts? I can't see on this. All 3 timeouts left. They have plenty of time.
Harrisburg says that Cumberland Valley jumped.
This is a moving clock, so as soon as Jim Bruno, the head referee, marks that off for illegal procedure 5 yards, that clock's going to start again.
So first penalty of the night on Cumberland Valley. So mark it back. So first and 15.
Cumberland Valley up on the ball here as the clock's moving. They're not in a rush situation, but they don't want to take too much time.
Starts up the middle. First down and a whole lot more. Elias Cook brings him down at the 30. A gain of 19, now make it 20.
Huge north-south run for the Eagles there. Starretts with some key blocking up front.
That is their first gain of longer than 9 yards tonight. It goes for 20 and it's a first down from the 29. Give to Starretts again. Stacked up and nowhere to go this time at 30.
You can see on your screen the clock's going to be under 2.5 minutes here momentarily. 3 timeouts for Cumberland Valley. After that big Starretts run, you feel a little bit more comfortable at the time if you're Cumberland Valley, but you want to be able to give yourself a situation to get in the end zone and tie this game before half. At worst, you're thinking field goal if you get another 10 yards or so.
Raridan with the pitch this time to Starretts. The hole closes immediately.
Don't be surprised to get a timeout here if you're Cumberland Valley.
J-Row Britton with the stop.
We're under 2 minutes.
Got back to the 29, so 3rd and 10. We're back in York County next week on High School Sports Live as Dallastown will travel to Central York. 7 o'clock game time, Friday night, September 29th, here on Fox 43.2 and online, hsslivetv.com. Dagan Raridan again out of the pistol. Looking to throw, looks left this time.
Drag, he's got him on the drag route.
Across the field, a good for the tight end, Nolan Bazolka. And that gets him to the 21.
Cumberland Valley, you want to get a timeout here. Clock's down to 1:15. Okay, they just took it there at 1:12.
We'll keep it here during this timeout. That is their first timeout of the second half here at 1:12. Going to be the 6th play of the drive coming up for Cumberland Valley. Their previous 2 drives, their first drive, they drove all the way down to the 10-yard line and then fumbled it. Then after forcing a 3-and-out from Harrisburg, they went 7 plays, got all the way down to the Harrisburg 37, and then was forced into an incompletion. And here. This drive started at the 40. They made it down to the 21, and it is 4th and 2 once again. Cumberland Valley is 1 for 2 on 4th downs tonight. They didn't.
Question is, Travis, are we going to see number 1 get the handoff and run the ball against that front 4 of Harrisburg? Because you know they're going to be stacking the line here. Those linebackers are going to be inching up, coming on the snap. It's going to be interesting to see. But Cumberland Valley was able to get that big yardage from Sterritz earlier in the game on a 4th and short. That's what I'm expecting here.
Timeout. This time Cumberland Valley takes the timeout.
And that's their second in a row Cumberland Valley took. But nothing wrong with that. You get to see the defense. Now you can regroup and make your play call.
Coming up here at halftime, the Jack Giambalvo halftime report with the Capital Blue Cross and AT&T halftime stats and the Capital Region first half highlights. And don't forget, at the end of the game, here on our post-game show, we'll have for you the player of the game presented by Hoffman Ford and the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. That's coming up following triple zeros in the 4th quarter here on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.
Oh, they're going to go for the field goal here.
Andrew Rice is coming out from the right hash. This will be a 38-yard attempt.
No wrong answer here. No right answer. Whatever you feel comfortable with, and they're going to go for the field goal. You got to make this here.
Going into the wind, going out to the highway.
He has good enough leg for it.
Kick is on its way, and it is no good. It looked like it was in the shadow of the left upright.
That is a very mental, could be a letdown for the Eagles right here. Not getting any points on the board twice there inside the red zone and come up empty both times. One on the turnover, one on the missed field goal.
So with the missed field goal, the ball comes out to the 20-yard line. Actually goes back to the 20-yard line. And Harrisburg has all 3 timeouts and 1:07 to work with.
But they have to go 80 yards.
And they have only had 2 plays tonight over 10 yards.
What's Calvin Everett going to elect for his team to do? They're in an empty set here. Could they run the quarterback draw and see what they can get, or are they going to try to put it in the air and risk a potential turnover?
Cumberland Valley's going to take their final timeout. Let us take timeout as well. 1:07 left to go in the first half. Harrisburg 7, Cumberland Valley nothing on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2.
Breaker box is toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen. If you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, second.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Timeouts have been used by Cumberland Valley within the last 2 plays. Harrisburg still has 3 timeouts, so they can throw or go anywhere on the field here. They've got 80 yards to go. Try and get a second score.
Huge prevent for Cumberland Valley, playing man under with 2 deep safeties.
Lee gonna throw. Pass is complete to Elias Koch on the outside. And he gets the first down. Now the clock is going to stop
momentarily.
He gets it to the 32. So gain of 12.
Clock's going to start. Harrisburg's got to get up on the ball and get ready. Taking entirely too much time here. They have all 3 timeouts left if they want to be aggressive and try to get a chance at a score.
In a deep shotgun. Gonna go himself. Nice spin move to the outside. And he's got some room to the outside, and that's enough for a first down.
Even if you want to get up and spike it here or use a timeout, because you can't take them with you into the locker room. There's 33 seconds left. You have 3 left, and they're winding it.
They started the clock already. 5 receivers set.
8 seconds off the clock.
Lee running out of time, looking to throw. Flag on the play, throws it away. They'll move it back. That's a holding. Now referee looks to that side because that's where public address announcer Bob Schellenberg is stationed. He used to be on this side where we are, but now he's on the far side.
Travis, when is the last time prior to this year Bob Schellenberg was on that side? Because that used to be the home side in the press box at one point, and it even continued to be the only press box even when they switched sides. The reason they switched sides is there's a road behind that, what now is the visiting side, so they could enhance the bleachers on this side, now the home. 1982 football season. Bob Schellenberg was over in that press box. He's been over here ever since.
The call is holding, and they're going to move it back 10 yards. Harrisburg taking a timeout. We will keep it here at 18 seconds left to go in the first half. As well publicized, Cumberland Valley, Chapman Field, now the site of the PIAA championships for the next couple seasons. The improvements have been made. This facility is beautiful.
Also going to be the site of next year's Big 33 football game. Pennsylvania versus Maryland.
It's a 4-man line again for Cumberland Valley. 2 timeouts in Harrisburg's pocket. Lee back to throw. Looking, firing, incomplete. Looking on the left side for Celine Penn.
Trying to hit Penn on a quick corner route. Get the ball, catch it, get out of bounds there around midfield, or just slightly off target on that connection. If you're Harrisburg now, you just don't want a turnover, a pick six, anything like that. Go in the locker room up 7-0. You got to feel good about it. Decent first half.
2 far side, 3 near side. Man in motion. That's Penn again. Lee. Flag on the play. It looks like Penn was going forward at the time. Lee running for his life at the 35-yard line. 5 seconds left. And they're going to...
What it was, yeah, the illegal motion. You saw it. I don't think the outside receiver was even set when the man went in motion to begin with.
So 4th penalty for 40 yards on Harrisburg.
We talked about Harrisburg feeling comfortable with a 7-0 lead right now. If you're Cumberland Valley, you're in this football game. A few miscues, they don't happen, you're at least tied up.
So march it back 5 to the 28. Play clock has not started yet. The game clock will not until the play is run. Wind starting to pick up here.
It was an inbound running play, so they're going to wind the clock here. Yeah, they're just going to let the clock run out if you're Harrisburg back at your own inside your 30.
And that'll do it. We have reached halftime here at Chapman Field. A lot of up and down action. Only 1 score on the board, and that was Nehemiah Ewell's 7-yard touchdown run with 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Halftime, 7-0. Harrisburg leads Cumberland Valley. This is the Jack Giambalvo halftime report. We're back with more after this on High School Sports Live and Fox 43.2.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo #1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Hi, I'm Gary Sutton. I'm the host of High School Sports Live TV, the game of the week, every week on Fox 43.2. And you know, we're out here today, though, at Hoffman Ford, and I'm reminded a little bit of this truck right here. might have been the one that Ryan Hoffman used to drive around in. He doesn't anymore, by the way, here at Hoffman Ford. He was featured in a Just Call Me Ryan segment back when he was a younger man. And Ryan's with us today. Ryan, good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
Good, very good today.
You're about community, and you're about helping the community. Anybody that's ever watched our high school sports live TV broadcast, your name's always prominently there, the Hoffman Ford Player of the Week. We talk about those all the time.
It's something that my grandfather, obviously, again, he was mayor of Harrisburg for many years, so again, it's a name that people trusted to vote him in as mayor at the time, so that started it. Obviously continue that through us as the Hoffman brand, if you want to call that, in our community to make certain that we can carry on that legacy for the next generation. I hope to pass it on to my kids someday.
You know, life is full of partnerships, Ryan, and your dad and your grandfather had a partnership in the original business. You and your brother Todd have a partnership now. You know, partnerships can always have a yin and a yang to it. I'm not sure which part you play, yin or yang, but you know, talk a little bit about the give and take of a partnership and how that works together. You were talking about teamwork. Now you talk about teamwork between two people and making sure this runs, and Hoffman certainly runs very smoothly because of that yin and yang, you and Todd. Talk about that.
Again, it is the yin and the yang. We are two different, but together we make a whole. Obviously, he likes the service side of the aspect, and I like the sales side of the aspects of the business, so it works for us. From that standpoint, again, like you said, my grandfather and dad, they kind of did the same thing. My grandfather was more on the fixed operations, and my dad was more on the sales side. So it definitely plays out to our advantage, having us both here under the same roof doing business together as partners. Because again, we help our employees, and our team makes Hoffman Ford who we are. He's obviously my brother, and I love him dearly.
So Ryan, we're going to show you a little piece of film right here. We had a number of people who, you know, talk about your role in the community.
Throughout my educational experience as a teacher, coach, administrator, and now superintendent of the Steelton High School District, and the Hoffman Ford has supported us tremendously through various projects and efforts that most likely are there to support the students, support the kids, support the student athletes, and everyone involved. Most recently, we worked with Hoffman Ford on a project to purchase 3 vans. By doing so, we were able to offset expenses for transportation costs for field trips, sports teams, and those types of things.
Hoffman Ford has been a very important community partner with projects like the Heroes Grove and other projects throughout the county. For example, baseball fields, football fields, soccer fields. I can tell you numerous times where we asked Hoffman Ford for their help, and they were always there.
When I walked in Earl Huffman's office over 20 years ago, and I asked for support to get a program started where we could put baskets in a gymnasium and be able to just do these things for the community and try to build these programs. He didn't hesitate. He hasn't hesitated for the last 20 years, and I can't say enough about how much his support and Hoffman Ford support has meant to us.
What do you think when you see that bunch of people talking about what Hoffman Ford means to them?
That makes me feel really good, because again, that's what we're about here at Hoffman Ford, is giving back to the community. So,
Hoffman Ford, Ryan Hoffman, Todd Hoffman, carrying on a tradition, a custodian of excellence, if you will, right here at Hoffman Ford and Jonestown Pike here in Harrisburg.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Thanks for watching Mr. Pickles again.
I'm happy to. Love this little dude.
Hey, do you mind helping me fill out this IRA form? What feels good to you?
Well, my horoscope said my moon is rising in the week of the tiger.
So, like double, you think?
Oh, for sure. The signs never lie. Just ask Mr. Pickles. He knows. He knows. He does.
Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and Workin' dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Halftime here on High School Sports Live with Fort Chapman. I'm Travis Sparks, and I just did the math, not just with the stats here, but I just figured it out. This is 10 years I've been with you guys. This is awesome.
That's great stuff.
I love doing this here with high school football, and even done some basketball in the past. Hopefully can get to that if my little toddlers let me do that here.
Here we go.
Halftime here, 7-0 Harrisburg over Cumberland Valley. A lot of stats, not a whole lot on the scoreboard, but it's been a great defensive battle, both Cumberland Valley and Harrisburg tonight.
And the turnover for Cumberland Valley really hurt them. We talked about it earlier. They're right there knocking on the door. First and goal situation from around the 10, and they have a bad handoff exchange. Reed there for the quarterback, running back, and Harrisburg on the spot and kept Cumberland Valley out of the end zone.
Let's take a look at some of our first half highlights here as we went up and down and up and down. Harrisburg with 4 possessions, Cumberland Valley with 3 possessions. All 3 of Cumberland Valley's turned up negative. Waiting on the highlights here, let's tell you that Harrisburg, their first possession, ended up with 11 plays and nothing on the scoreboard. Here's the one that did. Nehemiah Ewell off the right end for 7 yards and the touchdown. And the extra point was good that made it 7-0. Here's another angle of it for.
Tough running back. They lost 2 really good backs to graduation. The Harrisburg did, and they have some other guys that are filling in and doing a nice job.
The other possessions for Harrisburg, nothing on downs. Here's the fumble that we were talking about earlier as they had goal to go from the 10-yard line, but just mishandled the snap here to from Raritan to Steritz, and quickly on the ball was Harrisburg, and that's the only turnover so far here early on in the game.
It looked like Steritz maybe was going to pull that and throw that bubble out there. That's his option, it seems, on that play.
Rushing yards for Harrisburg, they have the lead on a 2-1 advantage. Passing is just about even. Sean Lee hasn't thrown the ball a whole lot tonight. Obviously, the numbers favor Harrisburg. A little more in penalties. The stats brought to you by AT&T and Capital Blue Cross. But 139 yards given up by Cumberland Valley. They're kind of happy with that right now.
No doubt. They're right in this football game. And after the way Cumberland Valley played week 1 against Manheim Township, and then just 2 weeks ago having that big loss to Springford, coming back and getting the overtime win over CDs was big for them. They're 1-3 right now, and they're battling, and that's what it's all about.
The other drives for Harrisburg, the first drive was 11 plays. They turned it over on downs. 3 plays punt, 14 yards in the touchdown, 14 plays rather in the touchdown, and then 3 plays into halftime. Cumberland Valley's drives, 12 in the fumble, 7 they lost it on downs, and 6 they had a missed field goal late in the first half. Cumberland Valley, defense, we know what they're doing is working. How about on offense? What do they need to do to get over the hump?
Well, they get the ball the second half. What they did really well, they got to go back to, and that's mixing the run and pass and keeping the Harrisburg defense off balance. And it worked decently in the first half. They got to do it again in the second.
This is the Jack G. and Ballville halftime report. We'll have more coming up for you, including third quarter action after this on Fox 43.2. Don't go away.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo number 1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Breaker box is toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen, if you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, second.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
And we thank everybody who has been sponsors for us this year on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2. Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships, F&M Trust Bank, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Hoffman Ford, Capital Blue Cross, AT&T, and Groff Tractor and Equipment. As we wrap up the Jack Giambalvo halftime report, thanks to Capital Region Insurance Agency for sponsoring the highlights as well. Eagles coming back out onto the field. Some first half numbers for them. Raridan, 6 for 9, 46 yards, and 3 rushes for a loss of a yard. Starrett's 12 for 45 on the ground. He also caught a ball for 3 yards. The Pines brothers, Caden Pines, 2 catches for 20. Brody Pines, 2 for 15. And also Nolan Bazalka, 1 catch for 8 yards. For Harrisburg, Sean Lee, 6 for 9, 51 yards, 7 rushes, 35 yards. Nehemiah Ewell, 12 carries, 49 yards, and our lone touchdown. Zymir Hill, 2 carries for 2 yards. Ryan Epps, 1 carry for 3 yards. Elias Koch, 2 catches, 15 yards. Quincy Brandon, 2 catches for 8 yards. Jalon Lewis, 1 catch, 13 yards. And Lewis Dillard, 1 catch for 15 yards. Cumberland Valley did attempt a field goal late in the first half. Andrew Rice missed a 38-yard field goal, and that brought back some memories for you and your dad, Coach Chapman. Go ahead, tell the story you told.
It was the one team, my dad's team, early going at Cumberland Valley. Got here in 1971 from John Harris, and they had trouble beating Middletown. And Dave Yon was a legendary coach for Middletown. They had a great group of athletes year in and year out. Did a great job at the Blue Raiders at the helm. And the first chance Cumberland Valley had to upset Middletown was in 1974, my dad's 4th year here. They were losing 14-13, going the same way there towards the road. Field goal on the under a minute to go. Jeff Pottinger kicked a 30-some yarder. High 30s, just like that one was, and it went off the crossbar and bounced back. Middletown got the win 14-13. Middletown ended up losing to Milton Hershey in an upset late in the year, and it became a 2-way tie for the title. Everybody thought Middletown was going to win the title. They had tied Mechanicsburg and lost to Hershey, so it was Hershey and Cumberland Valley that split for the title in 74. No playoffs back then.
And the kick by Rice was soccer-style kick. We mentioned that Harrisburg for the longest time hasn't been kicking, and they decided this year Gideon Fasana with the kick, he made his extra point, a straight-on kicker. Straight-on kickers are something you don't see at the pro level or really a whole lot at the college level anymore. Let me ask you a trivia question, Coach Chapman here.
Sure.
Who was the last straight-on kicker in both the NFC and the AFC on the pro level? NFC one should be obvious. The AFC one you're going to have to think about for a little bit. We'll give you throughout the game.
I'm going to go Fred Cox from the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, that's a good guess because his name was recently in the news with his passing, but he retired in 1977. We gotta fast forward a couple more years here.
Okay, let me think on that one for a while.
Sure, here as both teams are finishing their warm-ups and coming out. They do give 3 minutes on the clock once the teams come back out from halftime. This was a 15-minute halftime, and Cumberland Valley put on a very nice show. And the light show you're seeing in the stands, that is the part of the new light system here at Cumberland Valley. And if Cumberland Valley scores a touchdown, you may expect to see the lights go out a little bit as well. And the stands on the far side there are lighting up like the pink and purple sky we had at the end of the first quarter here early on.
Both teams coached by former players at the respective schools. Calvin Everett, a graduate of Harrisburg High, a running back, and Josh Oswald played both at Cumberland Valley and then Shippensburg, and really good two-way performer, good defender, and Calvin Everett went to Millersville. And both two are back at their alma maters with great work ethics. Both these programs worked very, very hard in the off-season to prepare these players. And these players work hard as well under the guidance of these coaching staffs and the weight training and conditioning, speed, agility, the whole bit. A lot goes into preparation for the football season. Harrisburg, long time, silver helmets. They were silver helmets back in the John Harris days. John Harris and William Penn combined to be Harrisburg High in the 71-72 school year. Harrisburg went with black helmets for a little bit for a few years there in the late 90s and then had them some a little bit later. But Cumberland Valley had white helmets for a long time. Coach Rimpel brought in the red helmets with the white CV, and Coach Oswald, they've gone back to the white helmets. This time, instead of putting the star on that Harry Chapman III had for 18 years, they went with the interlocking CV.
As you can see on the field there, this beautiful turf field, as we are ready to get underway here. Gideon Fasana with the kick. Bounces and picked up at the 15, and a big hole up the middle. 25-30, goodbye. That's going all the way, and that is Caden Pines for the touchdown, 85 yards on the kick return.
Huge turn of events in this football game. And you were just talking about it. You set it up, Travis. It's like you knew it in advance. The light show, and it came right after on cue. There's the return. Once he made that kicker miss, he was off to pay dirt. Beautiful blocking and great run by Caden Pines to potentially tie this football game up after the PAT.
Andrew Rice going to try and atone for his missed field goal and try this extra point. And he hits it to the highway. And just like that, we are tied. 7-7, Cumberland Valley and Harrisburg. We take time out here on Fox 43.2 and HSSLiveTV.com.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
The 86-yard kickoff return by Caden Pines coming up on the High School Football Frenzy tonight on Fox 43 at 11 o'clock with Todd Sadowski, Alex Colley, and the entire Fox 43 sports team. Join us at 11. We'll also have a wrap-up of the game, and here comes the kick. And Quincy Brannon, he fumbles it at the 9, picks it up himself, tries to get to the outside, and it's going to be up to the 17-yard line.
Big change of momentum here early without Cumberland Valley's offense even stepping on the field. That's what special teams can do for you. Back in 1990, Coach Rimpfel's second year at Cumberland Valley as the head coach, they went to Harrisburg, beat Harrisburg handily in that game, but after Cumberland Valley scored their first touchdown, they kicked off to no other than what great Harrisburg player played University of Cincinnati and then played in the NFL for the Vikings and the Cardinals. He went the distance back to the scoreboard end to tie it at 7.
Ooh, Vikings and Cardinals. You're going to get me on that one here. As Harrisburg comes out, 1st and 10 from the 17. Sean Lee going to look to throw, and Elias Koch, he only had 2 catches the first half, but goes high for this one, getting up to about the 26-yard line.
The answer is Robert Tate. Robert Tate.
Robert Tate
for the Cougars. Very good basketball player as well. Great athlete.
From the 26. And Lee is going to keep it himself. He tried optioning it. Great fake. And he gets up to the 28-yard line, maybe the 29, and that's enough for a first down. We have whistles. And we have a player down. Looks like a cramp. And that is Carter Shuey. 6', 270 senior. Let us take time out here. 7-7 Cumberland Valley Harrisburg on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2.
Thanks for watching Mr. Pickles again.
I'm happy to. Love this little dude.
Hey, do you mind helping me fill out this IRA form? What feels good to you?
Well, my horoscope said my moon is rising in the week of the tiger.
So, like double, you think?
Oh, for sure. The signs never lie. Just ask Mr. Pickles. He knows. He knows. He does.
Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
For them on the night.
Can't tell who it was on, but if you're an interior lineman, you got to keep those hands in. You reach out and grab. I'm not saying that's what happened, but Jim Bruno, the head official, threw the flag there from behind the offense.
So mark it back to the 19. Four receiver set again for Sean Lee. Back to throw, looks right, has a man open. That's Kymere Williams to the outside to the 30. That's 11 yards.
Harrisburg does a really nice job against Cumberland Valley's zone defense of running just a slant bubble. The outside guy runs the slant, inside guy bubble. We saw it in the first possession here of the second half. They hit the slant this time. The slant was covered, so they hit the bubble. You can't defend both when you're in zone.
From the 30, Ewell goes in motion. Lee looks to the left, directing traffic, looking over the middle. Ball is caught by Quincy Brannon. Gets free, breaks free to the 40. He's gone. This will be 6. Touchdown, Quincy Brannon.
Wow. Just like his father, wore the same number, number 7. Quincy Brannon goes the distance. His father was a wide receiver / defensive end, and it really tough at both of them. And the son is no different. What a pass and catch. A lot of time in the pocket. Throws on rhythm. Got to tackle if you're Cumberland Valley. That's 4 missed tackles there. 3 at the same time, and then 1 at the end there. And great play by Quincy Brannon after the catch.
Fasana on for the extra point. Like a little bit of a stutter step, but he makes it. Kick is good. 9:51 left to go in the third quarter. Harrisburg responds to the kickoff return for the touchdown with their own 70-yard touchdown. Harrisburg 14, Cumberland Valley 7 on Fox 43.2.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo number 1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Harrisburg's longest play was 15 yards up until that 70-yard touchdown.
Where do you kick the ball here if you're Harrisburg?
Away from number 2. And that's exactly what they do. And better results this time as a swarm of Cougar defenders brings down Keon Green at the 33-yard line.
Believe it or not, this is the first time the Cumberland Valley offense is on the field here for the second half. And they got to keep mixing run and pass. They did a solid job the first half, and they have to hold on to the football when they get in the red zone.
So this is actually their worst field start of the entire game. All 3 of their possessions were started 40-yard line or better. This one at the 33. Dagan Raridan gives to Starretts. Starretts and Raridan are the only ones who have anything on the ground tonight for Cumberland Valley, and 7 yards for Starretts on that play.
It's a lot easier to be a play caller when you're getting 6 yards of crack. Set yourself up at a second and short. Your whole playbook's open here, and I'm not going to be surprised if they end up just riding Starretts for a while here until Harrisburg stops him.
Raridan's only thrown 9 passes all night. Completed 6 of them. But he gives to Starretts again, left side. Stacked up by Epps and also 24 Raytel Bryant. Up to the 41. Going to be 3rd and 2.
Picked up 2, now they're going to need 2.
Ran left that time. We'll see which direction they go this time. Tight end Nolan Bazalka has 1 catch tonight. He lines up at the near side. The other receivers to the right. Starets to the left and gets the first down to the 45.
Nice play call, using that tight slot to lead in the blocking as well. They did that earlier in the football game. Get a good look at the running back there for Cumberland Valley, who does most of the carrying, Bryce Starets.
And the throw this time is going to be almost intercepted as Reardon was throwing into traffic.
Both inside receivers went right to the flat. They were pretty much in the same area just prior to the pass, and were able to be covered by one defender for Harrisburg, and it almost picked off by number 13, Derek Brown, the freshman linebacker.
Brody Pines was the intended receiver. He comes off hurt. Keon Green, who had the kickoff return, he comes back in for the Eagles on second down. Starets up the middle, not much. Again on the play, Raytel Bryant. We'd also credit that time to 33 J-Rel Britton.
2 plays in a row, the Harrisburg defense came up big, forcing a 3rd and long for the Eagles. They're not yet in 4-down territory. Unless they would make an 8 or 9 yard gain here, they would be in 4 down. But if they gotta think we need 10 yards here, and that most likely means put the ball in the air.
Bunch formation to the receivers to the far side.
They ran this formation a lot against Central York week 1. First time we see it today.
And they throw out to the far side, and a good catch, but a better tackle. That's Sean Lee on the tackle of Brody Pines and Caden Pines, and he comes up limping here, so both Pines got hurt on this possession.
Lee took on the lead blocker, the outside receiver there, and made a great play. Had Cumberland Valley receivers been able to stay with their blocks just a little bit longer, that may have opened up for something bigger.
This is the first punt of the night for Cumberland Valley. 2 men deep for the Cougars back at their own 20. Line drive kick, Salve down there to down it at the 22-yard line.
Harrisburg only had 10 players on that punt return.
30-yard kick, no return. And Harrisburg back at it at the 6:29 mark. Coming up later on tonight, at the end of our game, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report with the Hoffman Ford player of the game, the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, all coming up here on Fox 43.2.
4 wides, 1 back in the backfield for Sean Lee.
And they give us to Ewell. Falls forward to the 25.
Travis, today's offenses with the shotgun and the spread sets really utilize the skill that a football team has. And Harrisburg, year in and year out, has had a lot of skill players that can do something with the football in space after they get it. We mentioned Pint Tate way back in the late 80s, early 90s. They've had a lot since then and a lot before that.
8 players alone have touched the ball tonight. Nice throw up the middle, and Elias Koch gets it in traffic. And a first down at the 43.
There are gaps in the zone. So when you have a run fake, a hard run fake like that, and you pull it and then you're going to throw play action, you just got to throw in the seams between linebackers in front of the defensive backs, and that's exactly what Sean Lee did there. Very well.
From the 43, Brannon in motion. And that's that tap pass that Patrick Mahomes loves to do. And this time it's Lee to Bratton to the 47. That's a 4-yard pass.
Cramp by the Cougar running back.
So Brannon with a left leg cramp. And we will take a break. 5:25 left to go. Third quarter, Harrisburg 14, Cumberland Valley 7 on Fox 43.2.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Quincy Brannon with a cramp in his left leg being helped off. That was his third catch of the night for 12 yards.
You can't necessarily avoid it, but you got to keep getting liquids in you all through the week. You can't wait until the day of the game or the day before. You got to keep pumping liquids, especially early in the season.
I beg your pardon with his numbers. That's 4 for 82 and a touchdown. He had the 70-yard touchdown catch. Excuse me, man in motion.
Got a touchdown
Lee
right there.
Going down the middle, that's Lewis Dillard.
Almost a touchdown, but he got right in the seam there. Up. Really nice play call there. Inside receiver going up the seam. And you got to have a quarterback that can put on the money, and it sure was on the money. Sean Lee, very accurate on that pass. Here it is. Looked right first.
Beautiful seam route for Dillard, 27 yards, and it's first down at the 26 for Lee. Fakes, looking to throw, looking for Koch. Did he get it? Yes, sir, touchdown. You only need 1 foot in bounds in high school.
And that's a big target. 6'3" sophomore receiver. Here it is. Just going to throw it up, a fly route.
You got one in. That's all you need.
Caden Pines on the coverage.
Fasana back in to try the extra point to put them up 14. Got it. 5 plays, 78 yards, a minute 47. Harrisburg 21, Cumberland Valley 7 on Fox 43.2.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Impressive second half by Sean Lee in the first scoring drive of the first half, of the second half rather. He was 3 for 3. He went 4 for 4 on that drive. Sean Lee 7 for 7, 159 just in the second half alone. Starets with the kick return, and 4 Cougars are there to greet him at the 32. First one being number 11, Micah Chambers for Harrisburg. So Sean Lee up to 210 yards passing here on the night. So the Eagles come out.
The number 1 set of the day formation for Cumberland Valley is this trips with the third guy tight slot here.
Starets runs to that side. Up to the 36, that's 2 yards.
Because you don't have a fullback with the 3, that tight slot is giving you another blocker out there. Very similar, as I mentioned earlier, like to a double tight set, except he's off the ball, but you're getting 7 blockers at the point of attack there on the line of scrimmage, which is
running
advantageous against this Harrisburg four-man front.
Ran that sign to the side of Jayon Lee, a 5'9", 230 junior, number 55 for Harrisburg. Ryan Epps also lining up that side as well. 2nd and 8. Starrett's
made the first guy miss, which was good, but there are 2 other defenders right there.
And those 2 extra Cougars only got him up to the 37. Make it the 38, so 2 more yards. It's 3rd and 6.
Harrisburg subbing defensively, more of a nickel coverage here on 3rd and long. Still a potential running situation with Starrett's. You would expect a pass.
Dagan Raynard. And who jumped?
Cougars D tackle. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Now you know what they're doing, Travis. There's no question. This ball's going to be 90+% run here to get this first down. And if you're Cumberland Valley, you got to think, hey, we got to drive the ball down and get the ball in the end zone and make this a 1-score game again.
So a yard to go. No Jalen Hurts push here as they go from the pistol. 4th and 1.
Third and
1, excuse me. Now it'll be 4th and 2.
Wow. Really good defense by that front group of Harrisburg. They covered the gaps and just ran to that football.
So now 4th and 2.
Josh Oswald has somewhat of a tough decision here, but down by 2 scores as the clock goes down to almost to 2 minutes. He must be thinking, we got to go for this. 14 on the play clock, and they are going to go for it, Travis.
Starrett's no thank you. And a huge play by Kevin Brown, the 6'5", 250 junior.
Who also, his father played for Harrisburg, graduated in 1999, played at West Virginia. This kid's only a sophomore, and he made a great play right there.
3-yard loss and the turnover on downs. And Harrisburg will get the ball at the Cumberland Valley 39-yard line.
Harrisburg pretty much figured Cumberland Valley was going to run it, and they brought that run blitz right there, and the D tackle ended up getting free and making the play.
Kevin Brown comes back in as the right tackle. Sean Lee has had a wonderful second half. See if he can keep going. He goes back to the air again. Now he's going to run it. He's got daylight. To the 35-30, 25-20, down to the 12.
Really nice quarterback draw by the signal caller for the Cougars.
186 total yards.
Look at the speed on the outside. Good vision. Nice touchdown saving tackle there by Lloyd for the Eagles.
This time Salim Penn in the backfield with Sean Lee.
Cumberland Valley bringing pressure here.
They go to Penn, darts through the middle, and he's going to get in. Touchdown.
That's the risk you take there if you're Cumberland Valley bringing that blitz. You can make a yard or 2 loss there, or if the running back slips through, it can be a nightmare. And Cougar running back got through there. Wait for this replay here by Penn. Here you'll see it. Found a little crease. That's all it takes. And the Cougars answered after Cumberland Valley's kickoff return. Harrisburg has scored 3 touchdowns in a hurry here in the 3rd quarter.
And that's 9 people to touch the ball for Harrisburg on offense tonight. Kick is good. 39 seconds to go, 39 yards in 2 plays, and the lead is 21. Harrisburg 28, Cumberland Valley 7 on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
Brody Pines with the kickoff return up to the 39-yard line. Cumberland Valley will take over from there on a first down. All 3 Harrisburg possessions here in the second half have resulted in touchdowns.
Look for the bubble out here. Something in the air.
Raridan back to throw. Looking, has his man, and that is Brody Pines, who just had the kickoff return. He came back in after being hurt earlier on.
That was the same route that was almost picked off the possession or so before. You see the second receiver and the 3 receiver side there moved in some, and he did that so he was going to go to the flat. They went to the 3rd receiver in to pick up a good 6-yard gain and get positive yardage for the Eagles.
Hines moves and gets set. Raridan looking to throw again. There's the tight end drag across the middle, and that's enough for a first down. Good catch by Nolan Bazolka. They ran that opposite last time in the first half. I was waiting for them to run it again, and they got the first down out of it.
That's tough to stop in the zone. Harrisburg playing the 4-4, 3-deep zone because the 3 receivers to the side of the drag's coming. They're running off. Defenders are getting back, and you're hitting that drag underneath the drop defenders.
Starretts has a safety valve. Gets the catch. Nice spin move. That's enough for a first down. That's a heck of a run by Bryce Starretts.
Yes, it is. Couldn't tell if that was a backward pass or a forward pass. It was close.
We'll give it
forward,
to him.
Right? It was forward, yeah.
And that's his second straight first down. And we are done with 3. We have a flag on the play. We'll take a break here anyway. We'll tell you about the flag afterwards. It is 28-7. Harrisburg leading Cumberland Valley on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal. To go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo #1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
All right, so the penalty ends up being an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Harrisburg bench is what referee Jim Bruno pointed it at.
Now, is that 2 unsportsmanlikes? Because he just threw the flag again. After having it down there, he threw it again.
Well, the run ran to the 39-yard line.
I think that's 2 in a row now.
To the 24, and then half the distance on this one goes to the 12. So yes, that's 2, which makes it 8 penalties for 82 yards tonight on Harrisburg, and the ball moved up to the 12.
Now, who are these 2 penalties on? That's the key. If they're on the same person, player or coach, does that disqualify them? I'm not sure who these are called against. The referees are the officials are getting together here now, as you can see. 3 of them joined together right here.
They got the notebook out, which is never good for the offender. We're just keeping track of. We're getting somebody waved over here. That is the back judge.
So they're probably going to try to determine who these penalties were called against. If it's 2 against the coach, I would imagine he would get removed from the game. Or if it's the same, let's see what they're going to do here.
While we're waiting, we can tell you that next week is Dallastown at Central York here on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2. Just signaling first down.
Okay, everybody's still in the game. No coaches are getting taken off, no players. So it wouldn't have been against the same person, I would imagine.
And the play clock gets going here. So from the 12, after the 27 yards and penalties are assessed. Gives to Starretts, and stacked up and nowhere to go.
Really good run defense by the Cougars.
How about 64, Sir Kane Venable?
And that's Sir Kane is 2 words there. You're right. Sir Kane Venable, the senior, 6'5", 295 D lineman.
Vern Lundquist would have liked calling his name.
Oh, he sure would have.
Second down, 13 to go. Reardon looking to throw this time. Running out of time. Now he's going to take it himself. Try and just get it out of bounds, incomplete. Comes up on 3rd down now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're reminded to stick around after the game. The Cumberland Valley High School Marching Band will present their halftime show.
Here on 3rd and 13, if you're Cumberland Valley, field goal's out of the question. You're down 21 points, 11-10 to go. You got to get the ball in the end zone. You need to get the first down or in the end zone. The first down is going to take you all the way to the 2-yard line. You have 2 downs to get to 13 yards. Here comes that wide bunch trips.
7 on the play clock. Down to 3, down to 2. They get the snap. And it's Caden Pines. Gets out of 1 tackle and gets to the 6. So 4th and 4 coming up. Marking back to the 7, so 8 yards. And Harrisburg is going to take a timeout. Let's take a timeout as well. 10:42 left to go in the 4th quarter. 28-7 Harrisburg up on Cumberland Valley on High School Sports Live at Fox 43.2.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
4th down and 5 coming up for Cumberland Valley. This could be the ball game here. They can still get a first down without getting a touchdown, but they would have to get inside the 2 to about the 1.5.
You got the wide side of the field to the quarterback's right. You got to expect him to be coming that way.
They haven't thrown to Somerville all night long. This could be a good time for it. Raridan.
There it is.
All right. Looking incomplete. Great defense by Quincy Brannon as Caden Pines went to try and catch the ball, and Brannon was right there, and a turnover on downs.
Unfortunately for Cumberland Valley, they had Ryan Epps, the senior, in the flat there. See number 12, wide open in the flat. Good job breaking on the ball by Brannon, as you mentioned, to break that up. And now if you're Harrisburg, you just want to possess the football, chew clock, and don't turn the ball over. If you're Cumberland Valley, you've got to get a turnover here or force Harrisburg to punt from their own, near their own end zone, and hope for a miscue. They're spreading him here, but they're just spreading him the run. Highly unlikely the ball's going to be in the air.
Yeah, usually what they always do.
And sure enough, what are they doing? They're going to go for the deep ball. Look at this.
Going Elias Koch. Oh, he hauled it in.
Well, there's one way to get out of the jam. Fire the long bomb down the sidelines.
How about a 93-yard touchdown? Whew.
Wow.
93-yard touchdown pass. Sean Jr. completed Elias Koch for a touchdown.
When you're sitting in zone like that, you got to keep the cushion. We talked about it on the broadcast several weeks ago. As a DB, in zone, you must keep a cushion. I know guys are running in front of you, running stop routes and hooks, and you want to come up and make a play. It's not easy to cover those Harrisburg skill guys out in space, that's for sure.
5 extra points on the night for Fasana. 35-7. Harrisburg leads Cumberland Valley as we take a break, and we see for the second time in 3 years, you and I get to call a 90-yard touchdown pass.
How about it on this field?
On this field, going.
Bo Perbula a few years ago, remember? It was 99 yards. You were the play-by-play guy, and it was the first game of the season. And we were over on the other side of the field calling that one. Wonderful pass and catch connection right there from the Cougars.
That is 252 yards passing just in this half. That puts Sean Lee over 300 yards passing for the night. He's got 303. Plus add to that, as I do some quick math here, another 62 on the ground. So 365 yards total offense for Sean Lee alone. What a great night for Sean Lee. What a great second half for Sean Lee.
You're darn right.
8 for 8, 252. And 3 touchdown passes. This is a squibber. And they pointed in the direction of Caden Pines. And the tackle for Harrisburg by Barry Daniels.
Caden Pines on a return tackle by number 37, Barry Daniels.
So 1st and 10 for the 36 for CV. Dagan Raridan stays in at quarterback. They did say to us they're going to try and stick with one quarterback all night long tonight. And Raridan looking to throw. Out of the backfield is Starretts. Starretts to the far side and a first down. Out to the 46, that's 10, so a first down.
Starrett's having a nice football game from the backfield. Caught a few passes on the flare routes, like that one there.
gets out of his hands, and this time it's to Brody Pines to the 47. Harrisburg making a case that they took the ball away, but
Kymer Williams making the tackle.
Not that time, and now hurry up this time for Cumberland Valley. Throw it over the middle, incomplete. They had the tight end, Bazolka, on a seam route, and incomplete. Second down. Third down, excuse me.
Tight end trips look here. We haven't seen this yet. To the wide side. We're going to try to throw to the tight end. It's covered.
Back to throw, but a sandwich at the 50-yard line. Raynard can't get out of it.
Josh Oswald's going to punt it away here.
How about our guy, Sir Kane Venable, with the sack? Give him half a sack at least on that. So it'll be 4th and 6 as they punt it back to Harrisburg.
Harrisburg's missing 3 guys. Now they're missing 2. They have 9 guys on the field.
High spiraling punt goes out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So that'll definitely be something that has to get cleaned up by Harrisburg before their next game, as they will, barring a miracle comeback, go to 4-1 on the season rather. The flag is down.
Looked like we had offsetting penalties there on some unsportsmanlike behavior after the play. That's what it is.
So the ball ends up at the 33-yard line, and it'll be first down for the Cougars. After the game tonight, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report, the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, and the Capital Region Insurance Agency Play of the Game, all on the way here tonight on High School Sports Live at Fox 43.2. Lee back to throw again, and he's going to tuck it under instead. And get out of bounds at about the 40.
Very elusive. Now we have some more pushing and shoving. Flags all over the place. You got to keep your composure and keep your cool, both teams.
This kind of behavior, if you go all the way back to the York Rose Bowl, turned that game into the midnight special.
Yes, it did.
Watching that game on Antenna TV right after the broadcast, it went into the Benny Hill show. The game didn't start till 9 and wrapped up at 12:03.
Not sure which team this is against. Maybe it's one of those, offsetting penalties. Not sure. Officials are still gathered. In the booth, we had thought that Gary Sutton and I had thought it looks like they turned the scoreboard off. Week number 1, Saturday night at York Suburban High School. We're like, they're calling this York High Harrisburg game with a few minutes to go. Harrisburg with a big lead. Brought both teams to midfield. Coach and staff talked a little bit, and boom, they came out and played the rest of the football game.
Uneventfully, too.
Yes. Still have not gotten a call as to what's happening here with these penalties. Here the rest of the way for Cumberland Valley. They are at Chambersburg next Thursday night, and then 4 straight Friday nights to wrap it up. Home here against CD, then at Carlisle, home against State College, and at Altoona. And one of the neat things that got pointed out to us here at Chapman Field is on this side, they've got the flags of the opposing teams all lined up in order by schedule. Yes, they did. Assistant Athletic Director organized that. And Darnell Stanford, and a great job. Looks really, really nice.
Timeout, Cumberland Valley. Let's take timeout as well. With 8:32 left to go in the fourth quarter. 35-7, Harrisburg leads Cumberland Valley on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
(35-7). Harrisburg ready to get back on offense here. The rest of the schedule for Harrisburg: next Saturday, home against Altoona, then at CD East, at State College, home on Saturday the 21st of October against Chambersburg, and then at CD for the final game of the regular season. Sean Lee looking to throw again, but now he has all day to run, and he's going to keep it, and out of bounds at the 35. There was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Harrisburg, which knocked it back to the 25. It was a dead ball foul, so from the 25, Lee got up to the 38, so another 13 yards for Sean Lee as he continues to rack up all-purpose yards here in the second half. That's 300 all-purpose yards for him here.
Wow, empty set here.
In just the second half, in just 16 minutes of play. And the give this time is to Celine Penn, who had the touchdown on the last play, the last drive, excuse me, and that's going to be to the 49-yard line and a first down.
You can see what speed does for you in a football game, and Harrisburg for decades has had a lot of it. They're 4x1 relay teams, notoriously setting state records, winning gold medals, the state track meet. Calvin Everett was on one of those back in '98 with Totten, Henry.
Give to Penn again on the outside. Gets through to the 45. 4 yards on the game. So second down and 6. If I'm Calvin Everett, I just want this clock to keep running.
Yep. Come out of this, no injuries. Just avoid any personal fouls from either team from here on out. Try to get a clean game for the last 7.5 minutes.
Shotgun this time again, and it's a backwards pass, so that's going to go as a run to Kymere Williams to the 35. And mark it up to the 34. That's 11 yards and another first down.
Harrisburg does a really nice job utilizing these skill athletes. It's one thing to have them, but you got to have the execution of the plays that are drawn up to make this happen. And Sean Lee, as a junior, a 3-year starter, is making it happen.
The give, far side, that's Zymir Hill.
Junior scat back, not a lot of size, but he uses his feet well, as he did right there. And stays in bounds, keep the clock moving. We're now under 6.5 minutes to go.
And coming outside, that's Kymere Williams, just trying to...
Elijah Sherman, nice tackle in space there.
Do some quick math here. That is now 333 total yards in just the second half for Harrisburg with that 3-yard run. So up to the 28-yard line, 3rd and 4. We have whistles. Officials timeout. Equipment issue. Carter Shuey, so they substitute Drake Roman in, a 6', 225 senior. And the clock keeps running again.
Bunch trips into the boundary here. One receiver up high to the wide side of the field. They shift to empty. That's a penalty, and they didn't call it.
Looking to throw, and it is caught. Touchdown. Elias Koch from 28 out.
Great pass and catch there. I say the penalty, the running back shifted up to a tight slot to the empty set, but he was moving forward when the ball was snapped and not one of the officials saw it. It's not easy for 5 officials in high school. You'll see it here. See him shifted up there to your left of your screen out of the picture, but he was never set prior to the snap. You only have 5 officials in high school football in the regular season, 7 in the playoffs. That's a lot of ground they have to cover, especially with today's wide open offenses, Travis. All kinds of formations, people playing in space more than ever before. It's not easy.
And not one snap under center for either quarterback tonight.
How about it? Good point.
Either pistol for CV or shotgun for Sean Lee and Harrisburg. This to make it continuous clock mode, and yes. 28-yard touchdown catch by our player to watch, Elias Koch. And it's 42-7 Harrisburg leading Cumberland Valley on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Well, I got asked by Chad Edwards, our director at Invicta and of High School Sports Live here. They ask us, the announcers, who do you pick as a player to watch? I kind of thought when you and Gary Sutton and Bill Chase called Harrisburg against York, I was impressed with Elias Koch as well. How about these numbers? 7 catches, 189 yards. That's pretty darn good.
Darn right.
Kick return to the 20, make it the 21-yard line. They will stop the clock here on just the, change of possession, but then it will go to continuous clock mode with 5:07 left to go here in the contest.
The kick return looked like Elijah Sherman. Tough to see his number there. Yep, it was Sherman on the kick return. Got it out just past the 20. Clock moving, as you mentioned, automatically due to the mercy rule. 35 points or more in the second half.
And we do have the new quarterback in. That's Shane Lee, and he almost throws an interception. Looking Somerville's way. So Caden Shanley, 6'3", 210 junior, into the ball game tonight. As Dagan Raridan's night is done. Yeah, getting back to Elias Koch. First half, they didn't throw a whole lot, 2 for 15, but in the second half alone, 5 catches, 174 yards, and the 2 long touchdowns. Shane Lee now gets out of trouble. He's going to go out of bounds, a little short of the first down, to the 29.5. So it's going to be 2 yards for a first down.
If you're at home seeing it, that clock moving, it's now, you can't see on the screen, we stopped at a 4, but it's going to keep running. It's now at 3:45 and moving due to the mercy rule.
Shanley with the give. And that is up the middle to Caden Lloyd. And that's enough for a first down. So Caden Lloyd's first carry of the night is enough to move the sticks.
Clock at 3:15 and running.
Shanley, the lefty. And the ball is almost caught by Somerville. So second down coming up. Coming up after his last 2:40 of the fourth quarter. Capital Blue Cross post-game report. The Hoffman Ford player of the game and the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. 11 more coming up tonight in our post-game show. Shanley lofting it up, and does Brandon make the interception?
Yes, he does.
That's an interception. That's a beautiful 1-foot inbound interception.
Looking for the fly route down this Cumberland Valley sidelines. Quincy Brandon picks it right along the white stripe. Gets a foot in. Official Aaron Lewis calls him in, and it's 1st and 10. Going the other way.
So we'll see if any new personnel comes out for Harrisburg. They've had, I count now, 10 people who have touched the ball tonight for Harrisburg on offense. Led out by 71, Hussein Al-Tharfi, the 6'5", 230 sophomore at center. And yes, we do have a new quarterback, and that's going to be Jaylon Lewis, and Makai Newman going to be in the backfield as well. And Newman gets the handoff, running right, and he's going to lose about 4 yards on the carry.
Lower level football, you try to use your speed as a young running back. You go outside. When you're at this level, you got to be careful bouncing it too quickly. A lot of defenders in red out wide, and he'll learn as time goes on. A lot of promise there for number 6. He's only a junior, Newman.
Central York and Dallastown next Friday on High School Sports Live. Gary Sutton will be back with you with that game, and then I will be back with you in 2 weeks for a Lancaster-Lebanon League game for Wilson at Hempfield. Join us here on HSSLiveTV.com and Fox 43.2 as Makai Newman gets up to the 43-yard line. Keep an eye on the master schedule on HSS Live TV. Currently, we do not have a game October 13th or 14th, but that could change as all of our games are subject to change. So please keep visiting HSSLiveTV.com for not only archived replays, but also for upcoming games here on Fox 43.2. And the give this time is to Barry Daniels. He gets a couple yards. And that should do it. So Daniels with the last carry of the game, and that should do it here. As Harrisburg comes to Cumberland Valley on Salute the Service night. And we'll go home 4-1 with a 42-7 win over Cumberland Valley. Stay tuned. The Capital Blue Cross post-game report with the Hoffman Ford player of the game and the Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game on the way next here on High School Sports Live on Fox 43.2.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment, I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
That's everything. Receipts in the bag.
Awesome. Say, how do you, budget?
Well, I have a spreadsheet that I update annually.
Okay.
And I round up on income and round down on expenses.
Well, that sounds backwards, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that's right. Income up, debt down. Looks good on paper.
Huh.
Keep your budget in shape with our personal finance tool. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
This is the post-game report from Capital Blue Cross, which includes the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game and the Capital Region Insurance Agency Play of the Game. 42-7 the final as Harrisburg defeats Cumberland Valley. Hard to believe this, Fort Chapman. This was a 7-0 game at halftime. There was just back and forth, but not a whole lot of scoring. Boy, did that change in the second half.
It's almost as if the kickoff return for Cumberland Valley, which was a big bright spot in their play today, sort of ignited fire under Harrisburg.
If you look at what Harrisburg did, they ran most of the first half. They only threw about 9 times in the first half. They go to the second half, then they start letting Sean Lee go. They threw and threw and threw, and he only threw 9 passes in the second half as well, but he completed all of them. We'll see some of those in just a bit. But the kickoff return he was talking about, that ends up being our play of the game, presented by our friends at the Capital Region Insurance Agency. And it started off the second half, and it was a great run back here. They had the run set up, and it was Caden Pines who ran it back 86 yards.
Got Cumberland Valley right in the football game. Start the second half, and then here you see it again.
Just a beautiful job of splitting all the defenders, and he was gone. So that ended up being the bright spot for Cumberland Valley here as they tied it up at 7-7. They had a couple chances in the first half to tie it up, but they had a turnover on downs deep in Harrisburg territory. They missed a field goal towards the end of the second half. That tied it up at 7, but then Sean Lee and also Elias Koch, they got it going in the second half. And we just couldn't decide on which one had a bigger impact, so we're going to give them both player of the game, and that is presented by our friends at Hoffman Ford. So we have 2 Hoffman Ford players of the game because they hooked up 3 times for touchdowns in the second half. Here's the first one. He got the toe tap in. That was a beautiful catch, and that was for 26 yards and a touchdown. Then when they thought they were just going to run out the clock, 93 yards later, here comes Coke into your living room and headed to the highway for a touchdown. And then one more touchdown catch from 28 yards out, which we thought, exactly, we thought it was going to be a penalty on the play, but then he high points it there and gets the touchdown. Elias Coke had 2 catches for 15 yards in the first half, 5 for 174 in the second half. So he ended up with 7 catches for 189 yards tonight, and Sean Lee 361 yards total.
And let's not forget the great pass play to Quincy Brandon over the middle on that dig route. And that play took some time to develop. Sean Lee put the ball right in the money, and then 4 broken tackles very quickly, 3 at one time, and then 1 after that, and Quincy Brandon went the distance for a big touchdown.
That made it 14-7, and then 3 touchdowns by Coke, and 42-7 ended up being the final. Dallas Town at Central York next Friday night. Gary Sutton will be along the call next Friday night, 7 o'clock here on HSS Live TV and Fox 43.2. Don't forget the Frenzy tonight. We'll have a game recap coming up for you here on Fox 43, and also thanks to our buddies at Invicta. For Fort Chapman, I'm Travis Sparks. Thanks for joining us tonight here on Fox 43.2 and High School Sports Live.